I'm Logan Fleener, and I'm a senior at North Clay High School.
When did you start playing baseball and basketball?
I started playing baseball probably when I was every bit of 2 to 3 years old, just whether it's in the front yard with a little t-ball bat or something like that, and started little pee-wee. And then for basketball, I started playing probably just around 5 or 6, or probably even younger, toddler age with little tykes in the living room. So, but yeah, just those are probably when I started playing those sports. I just loved playing those sports. It was just fun to me, and I loved competing. So, but I mean, whenever I was little, I always played up with the older guys, whether there's either sport it was. So I don't know if I really realized it, but I just knew I loved playing the sport.
So what type of success did you have in junior high for baseball and basketball?
For baseball, I mean, I was a 3-year starter at shortstop. That was just my positions, my home position. So, and we were pretty successful. I think my 6th grade year we went 16-1 or something like that. And then my 7th grade year we went to state and lost to Joliet St. Paul, who then went on to win state by pretty easy margin their next 2 games. So that was kind of like an eye-opener because you knew we could be something special. My 8th grade year, I think we're about 500. And then for basketball, I think every year we probably had a winning record. I didn't start until my 7th grade year. But basketball, I mean, from 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade, I had 4 different coaches all 4 years. So it was kind of just an adjustment every year, but it was still loved it. For baseball, my freshman year I did not start. I mean, we were all on varsity anyway, but I did not start. I just pinch ran or maybe started left every once in a while or started second base. And that was my brother's senior year. And we were a very good team that year, but unfortunately got cut short due to COVID. So we didn't have a spring season. But then I started my sophomore year at third base that fall, and then played third base for the majority. Played third base all through fall, and then halfway through the spring season of my sophomore year, I switched from third to short. And then for basketball, I was on varsity as a freshman and didn't play much the beginning of the season and middle of the season, but towards the end, slowly became the 6th man. So that was always exciting. And then since my sophomore year, I always started. I think there's a lot of things that involve an iconic player, as you could say, but really, I guess just sportsmanship, really, just having respect for others, respect for the game, always carrying yourself the right way, and I think that's just the best part about it.
What has been your biggest improvement in baseball and basketball since you were a freshman?
For baseball, I'd probably say my hitting, just get stronger, being able to compete at that higher level. And then for basketball, definitely physicality, strength, being able to handle, getting to the rim and hard contact, stuff like that. For basketball, I mean, the dunk, that was pretty cool. Definitely I will never forget that moment. But I'd say for team-wise, because, I mean, I love winning most of all, is probably winning the Wayne City tournament. That was just a surreal feeling because, I mean, last time I don't think they had it my sophomore year, and then my junior year we didn't. I was injured, so I didn't get to play in it. And last time we won it my freshman year with my brother's class, so that was just kind of a reunion type thing. It was real special. And for baseball is by far winning the state championship. I mean, surreal feeling, always growing up, watching my dad's teams play up there. Great T-Town teams, and you knew, I mean, I always wanted to be there, and you didn't really know if you could actually do it because it's just such a huge goal. And when we finally did it, to bring Clay County its first ever state championship, it was just an amazing feeling. So you know you're going to be remembered forever.
it's just amazing. I mean, we got this small town, only about 1,000 people, and we come here for the first time ever and just represent and just put North Clay on the map. It's just amazing.
Something I'll never forget. I mean, we won state for the first time in county history, so we'll always be remembered. And that's to be remembered as on a team that won a state championship in general is like impressive. It means a lot, but being the first ever to do it in the county is just even better. And the amount of support you receive, and will be getting recognized around the area for years to come. And it'll just bring back all the great memories.
Welcome home for the team for baseball and the emotions that you were going through. What was that like?
It was amazing. I mean, we got off this 3-hour bus ride back from Peoria, so you're already kind of tired, but you just saw all of the North Clay family, the people of this community that have always followed us and always been there. It was amazing to see everyone come together and celebrate. I mean, I have a video of our little celebration that Sunday on the square. And I mean, the town square is kind of an iconic place. So to see that whole place filled up, it was amazing. And then the older residents of Louisville, like Roach Atchison, and then Bud Zink, coach's dad, who just recently passed away. Like people like them, to be able to show them and have them experience a state championship, it's just amazing.
How many dunks did you actually end up with this season?
I don't know exactly for sure, but I'd say every bit of 30 to 40.
Favorite dunk or dunks of the season?
Probably the favorite by far is the dunk here in the regional semifinal. That was just, the place went crazy. That was such a surreal feeling. But also the St. Anthony dunk here, one-hander off of Alex's steal to set me up for it. That was probably the loudest gym I've ever heard, or in a game that I've been in. That was also crazy. And then I did have a windmill against CHBC that didn't count, but that was just a little cool little dunk.
What do you credit your athleticism to?
Definitely my parents. My mom was very athletic. Probably that's where I got most of my athleticism from, was her, but I don't count my dad out. He was very athletic as well. So it's just definitely a good mix. And them, not only their genetics, but just them pushing me every day to be the best that I can be. That's all thanks to them.
Funniest moment on the field?
For baseball, I'd say when Brighton we were playing Woodlawn, and he I forget what happened, but he was on second base, and he just started playing rock paper scissors with their second baseman. So I can't remember if it was a timeout or if it was just mid pitch, but they had an intense rock paper scissors game.
Funniest moment on the basketball court?
Another Brighton Griffey moment. Great guy, but he's just got some funny moments. Probably my sophomore year, just all the technicals he got. He would just get so fired up, and it was just funny to see because it was just the amount of technicals he got from the same referee. It was hilarious.
Toughest obstacle that you face as a leader? First of all, baseball.
I mean, definitely just experience. I mean, my junior year, I went from being the youngest starter, had 8 seniors above me, to being the only returning starter. So definitely I had to help teach what those guys had taught me all my life and help just influence them, that young, talented freshman class, and even the guys above them that haven't played much, just helping them lead and help them gain experience and play the game the right way. I wouldn't call it a struggle, but it's been something I've always been working on.
Now for basketball.
Basically just the same thing. That class above us was very athletic class, had a lot of athletes, so they kind of overshadowed our younger classes. So just being able to lead them, get experience, get those guys experience, it's just, like I said, not a struggle, just always something I'll be working on. So
When people say North Clay isn't the same without Logan Fleener, that's gotta mean a lot. What's that mean to you?
It's hard to believe. To be able to be recognized like that, it's very fortunate. I wouldn't be there without the help of my teammates, family, just the people of Louisville. I would not be anywhere close to where I'm at now without them. They've helped me so much, and a lot of it goes to them. I'm doing it for my town and just my friends and my family. So it means a lot, to be able to represent North Clay in a good way, being respectful, showing respect, playing each sport the right way. I'm very fortunate to be where I am.
Craziest game to be a part of, baseball first.
I'll say 2 games. The first one being the sectional championship my junior year. That was crazy games, controversial calls. It was crazy. That was definitely the most nerve-wracking game I've ever been a part of. But just the ups and downs in that game and the just great athletes a part of that game, it was crazy. So that was definitely one of them. And then the other one was my sophomore year, regional championship against St. Anthony, and when we upset them 5-2, because that was a crazy game because no one really expected it. That St. Anthony team was supposed to win state. Such a good team. They had great athletes, 1 through 9, and even more. They could hit the crap out of the ball, and somehow just we put it together. Holden and Brady had back-to-back home runs. That was one of the best moments of my life right there, and it was the regional championship. That game was absolutely crazy.
What about basketball?
Definitely the championship game at the Conrad Allen. Packed house there, playing Wayne City on their home court. So that game was very crazy. It's back and forth the whole game. Teams battling out. I think even we might have been down 8 at one point, so we had to climb back up, and we got the lead in the third, I think, and then after that it was just back and forth. And then finally at the end we held it in check, had a dunk at the end, and that was crazy. So and then they banked in a 3 to get within 2 right after that. So just back and forth, but when we sealed the deal, it was amazing.
To be teammates with all the great players last year.
Those are my role models. They're just a year older than me, but they're guys that I've played with my whole life and guys that I've always looked up to and been able to learn from and even teach. Even though they're a year older than me, we all feed off each other. And so those are just great, down-to-earth guys that I'll know forever. And being able to play all my life with them it's meant a lot to me, and I'll never trade it for anything.
What type of impact has your baseball coach, Coach Freck, had on you?
Huge impact. Great guy. He, loves the game of baseball. He'll do anything for it. He spends more time with us than he does his own family. I could say the same thing about my dad and his team. Not this year, obviously, because he came to watch me, but with years past, he's done the same thing. But Freck has done that for us and being able to be there for us, and just another guy you can talk to. Morning practices, we get to have donuts and get there early and just talk baseball or talk anything. Being able to have someone to talk to like that, it's amazing. It's such a huge impact.
Now for basketball, Coach Zink, what type of impact has he had on you?
Another huge impact. His great guy with a great family. The Zink family, just great people. They are really known here in Louisville. They, do a lot for this community. Just great people in general. And so with Coach Zinks, he's always pushing me to be the best I can be. Not only that, be the best person I can be, just because the way he is and his beliefs and the way he carries himself. It reflects his players. So for him to show that type of class always, it means a lot to me, because that is just the right way to do things, and he really praises that and preaches that. So it means a lot.
What has baseball and basketball done to impact your life?
Both of them have been my whole life, basically. Ever since I was little, I've just wanted to play baseball or basketball, either sport. I just want to be active. So each sport has taught me valuable life lessons that I'll never forget. A lot of people don't get to play these sports, and I will never take it for granted. Just all the opportunities it has given me and continues to give me, all the friendships I've made, all the memories I've made because of those two sports. It's just my whole life, and I will never stop loving each sport. It'll always stick with me, and I'm just so thankful I've been blessed to be able to enjoy each sport.
What type of support has your brother Luke and your sister Audrey given you?
Tremendous support from both of them. Whether it was when we were wee little and they're just beating up on me, whether playing games or just being competitive, playing the Wii or something, always having that competitive spirit and feeding that into me. It was just, I'm so thankful for it. And then throughout my career and their own careers, we supported each other, and they've always been there for me. Been able to play with them at home, wherever it is, work out with them. Just so thankful for it.
You won a state title for baseball as a player. Your dad won a state title for a coach at T-Town. And maybe kind of coming together, and what the moments were like with the family.
Pretty emotional, honestly. Dad his goal, always thought it'd be neat to have him up there at the state or the state tournament, as long as one of his boys up there at the same time. He thought that'd be one of the coolest things ever, and it still could possibly happen. But that was always one of his goals, and never has happened. But just to see that I won a state championship and he's got 4 of them, and to be able to share those emotions and how it feels and what it's like, and just the struggle of getting there, and sharing that with someone else in your family, it's very special.
Mean to be named 1A All-State for basketball.
I'm very, very grateful. It's a tremendous honor. When I first found out about it, I couldn't really believe it. I was very, very grateful for it. I wouldn't be able to say I'm 1A All-State without the support of my friends and family and community. And God, he's put him first and foremost. I couldn't do it without all of them, so I'm just very blessed.
Your sportsmanship on, but also off the court, is tremendous. What do you credit that to?
I credit it to just the way I was raised. My parents have raised me very right, and I give all the credit to them and my grandparents raising them right. Really just the community of Louisville has a level of respect that, you want to live up to. And so just being raised right and doing the right thing, respecting others, just simply those moral values instilled in me is just something I always represent.
Favorite gyms to play in besides North Clay?
Definitely, it's not even close, Altamont's gym. Personally, I'd rather play there than home. I'd rather go to an away game there than play at our own gym, and that's tough to say because I love playing here, but that gym is just, the atmosphere there is absolutely incredible. When you're on the court, you can't even hear your coach's plays because it's so loud. But that gym is just so fun to play. I'll miss that gym.
What will your legacy be through the North Clay community?
I hope my legacy is that just to do things the right way and just give it your best, simply. Can't ask for much more. Just doing things the right way, showing respect, and then giving it your all and competing every day and every night. Just those simple things that anyone can do, has the ability to do. That's what I hope to set a good example for the future generations to come in the area and at North Clay.
What will be the number one thing you will miss not being in the Cardinals uniform anymore?
Just this community. It's a great place to represent, and the people here are great. The fans here always come out to support, and it's just filled with great people that know what it takes. Most of them all been there playing this game or sport, whatever it is. So just the community, always having its support there, and you always have that small town feeling of where everyone knows everyone, and being able to represent this great town. I will never forget it.
What's the next chapter looking like for you at the college level?
Hopefully to play basketball at the collegiate level, or maybe baseball, just see how things go out, and most importantly, go into athletic training. I'm very excited to play sports at the collegiate level, and that's always been one of my life goals, but also focus on my career as well. First and foremost, God. I wouldn't be here without him. He blessed me with my abilities, and just very, very fortunate there. Thank you to my parents, always being there, supporting me, taking me to games, and just supporting my journey no matter what. And thank to my brothers, sisters, family members, grandparents, cousins, all supporters. Just thank you so much. I want to thank coaches, Coach Freck, Coach Zink, and all the coaches I've had through junior high, elementary. It's very, very fortunate. Again, the community of Louisville, the great fans here. My girlfriend for putting up with all the hours I dedicate to each sport. Mainly the community of Louisville. Thanks to just the surrounding areas for producing great athletes to compete against, and great people. The NTC is just filled with great athletes and great people that you can always get along with, get to know. And I'm very fortunate where I am today. I'm just very, very thankful. Special thanks to, once again, Bud Zink and Bill and Russ Atchison. Great supporters of North Clay sports, and they always will be. And for them, they just done a lot for the community. And that's a special thanks to them. But overall, just the community of Louisville, thank you very much for everything. And thank you to my teammates and friends, always being there for me. So many great memories we've been able to make. I'm just very thankful.
Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Good luck in your next chapter in college sports.
Thank you. Thank you, T-Rep.
Go to my YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Also, on the videos that I post, hit like and comment on everything that I post. Thank you so much for your great support. I really appreciate it.